What is up, everyone? This is Raphael Garcia back after a week off for episode 113 of the Let's Talk Wrestling podcast. I want to say thank you, as always, for listening to this show. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our content wherever you may find it. As always, you can catch us across multiple platforms, including, first and foremost, our flagship at MMAratings.net and .com. You can also look us up on social media at MMA Ratings Net on Instagram and Twitter, and MMA Ratings on every podcasting network, including Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Breaker, Radio Public, and all those spots. And also subscribe to our YouTube channel, MMA Ratings as well there too. Myself and Sean Humes, we do the MMA Ratings podcast every Wednesday. That episode, 234, I believe, went up yesterday. So check us out there. Give us a subscribe, share the content wherever you can, like it as well too. All that support matters. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at rgarcia_sports. And again, thank you for taking the time to check us out. So I have a lot to talk about because we missed a show last week. I was having some technical difficulties, also wasn't feeling well. But I'm back. Today is Thursday, March 10th, and let's just go ahead and jump right into it because I want to be talking about Revolution, AEW Revolution from Sunday, Dynamite from this past week, all the debuts that we've seen. Also talk some WWE, WrestleMania news, WWE 2K22 as well. That drops tomorrow, so we'll talk about that a little bit. So let's go ahead and jump into it, starting off with Revolution. I'm not going to do a full recap here. I'm just going to give you some of my thoughts on what I enjoyed the most out of this card, and also the one thing I didn't like. We'll be talking about that too. But overall, I thought this was a fun event. There was a lot of energy going into Revolution on Sunday, and I think that kind of comes with the fact that AEW only does quarterly pay-per-views, and they feel big. They're long. I will definitely say those cards are way too long. It started at 7 with the buy-in and into 12. They need that it's tough. It's definitely tough. If it was a Saturday, I would feel totally different about it, and I would be okay with that. But 5 hours on a Sunday is just too much nowadays, especially with us seeing shorter pay-per-views and Saturday pay-per-views, how much that's kind of benefited the viewer. So I wish that we would see more of that and go back to that. But this was a good event. Like I said, there was a lot of energy around the showcase from the very start. People were talking about it right out the gate on Sunday morning, and everyone was really looking forward to it, and that really delivered with what we saw on the card. I want to start with the one thing I did not like from the show, and that was Britt Baker versus Thunder Rosa. The match wasn't as good as some of the others. The best women's match on the card was easily Layla Hirsch versus Chris Statlander. That was the first match of the night over on the buy-in. Those two ladies killed it there, and it's good to see them get that type of opportunity to open up the show, and they did a damn good job with it. But Britt Baker versus Thunder Rosa, so I have some thoughts about this. So if the overall goal was to book the steel cage match that is going to go down in San Antonio next Wednesday, where Thunder Rosa's from, is why they expect that she's going to win that match and get the title there. What was the point of booking this match? And there's so many other ways that they could have gotten to the steel cage situation that they didn't have to have Thunder Rosa lose a match to make this viable. Yes, she beat Layla Hirsch on Wednesday to kind of get this title shot, but everyone else, when they lose, goes back to the back of the line. Why does Thunder get right back into the title picture? Like, there's so much. This is convoluted. This is like WWE booking. And I tweeted that on Sunday. This outcome has the WWE stink of convoluted booking all over it. I wish that they either would not have booked that match or Thunder Rosa would have won, especially if that's the point of having her win in her hometown. Just don't book the match on that card. Book it for San Antonio. They didn't book Sammy Guevara defending his title, so why did they need to have Britt Baker on that show? They could have done so many other different things. She could have done a promo. She could have done I don't know, a tag team match or something like that. There's so many different things that they could have did that I feel like they wasted this match and they wasted this opportunity because now technically Britt Baker has 2 wins over Thunder's one that doesn't count because it was a lights out match. I do think that Thunder is the woman who should defeat Britt and take that title off of her. But this kind of soured it a little bit for me, just a little bit. It's still going to be pretty cool to see her win that title if she does pick it up next Wednesday. But I just think that this is something that they could have avoided if they didn't book it on that card. It wasn't a strong match either. There was rumors talking about Thunder being injured beforehand. She says she wasn't. At least that's what Sean Ross Sapp and the crew said about that. But it just wasn't a good match. It was a little sloppy from time to time. I'm not the biggest Britt Baker fan. I've said that multiple times on this episode. I still think she deserves her respect as one of the pillars of AEW. However, though, but she's just not for me as a champion. So I'm interested in what Thunder will look like if she picks up the title. But I just don't think that they had to go through this convoluted route to get to it. But that was the only thing I did not like about the show, that and just how long it was. Everything else about this night totally delivered from the buy-in all the way through to the final match. CM Punk versus MJF. They tore it down. When his music hit and it was the AFI theme, I jumped out of my seat because that was something I wasn't expecting. I wrote about that this week, that AEW does an exceptional job of callbacks and nostalgia. And it's not nostalgia as in bringing Bill Goldberg back for another title match. It's thanking fans for watching and knowing the little things such as what is his theme music? What does his Ring of Honor gear look like from back in the day? What moment? How did he win a match on this day? How did he lose a match to this guy on? Like fans remembering those little things definitely stood out, and AEW pays fans back, and they say thank you for watching those moments in a very strong way, and I really appreciate that. I wrote about that this week. You can go check it out over on Daily DDT. Man, but that was a great match. You knew it was going to be good. You knew it was going to be violent. It was fun. CM Punk picked up the win. Do you think he's getting a title shot next? Do you think he's next in line for Adam Page? There's a lot of people talking about that. I don't know. Because you can't, like, if he's next in line for Page, you can't put that belt. You can't have Page win that, right? Like, I don't even know how that really plays out right now. I think that's going to be a tough situation for them to be in. I don't think that's the booking direction that they go in next. But there's really nowhere else for him to go because he just defeated one of the top names in MJF. I don't see who's next for Adam Page. I think it should be Miro. I wrote about that this week. But yeah, so the MJF match was fantastic with him and CM Punk. I'm looking forward to seeing what's next for them. I think that MJF is going to go towards the Wardlow situation because he was already called out by Wardlow during Dynamite this past week. So that should be an interesting feud. I don't know who really goes over there. I think Wardlow's probably going to cost. He's going to cost his match against Scorpio Sky because of MJF. I think that's kind of the route that they're going to go, right? Because they can't take that title off of Scorpio so quick. We'll see what that looks like this week on Dynamite. Bryan Danielson and Jon Moxley, exceptional match. I really enjoyed that from start to finish. You knew it was going to be brutal. You knew it was going to be bloody. You knew it was going to be technical as well, too. Those two guys brought it from start to finish. The finish kind of caught me off guard. I wasn't truly expecting it to end that way. I almost kind of questioned. I was like, was that supposed to happen just because of the way Danielson reacted? I did think it, and like the way it didn't look like he could get to the ropes, whatever it was. Something looked off about the finish for me, but I liked the way they went right back into the two guys brawling. William Regal coming out was a big surprise. Like, I had no idea that was happening. I hadn't heard anything about that at all. It was interesting seeing people kind of respond to that. Just a surprise around that was excellent. That whole moment was fantastic. And we're going to talk about Regal's promo on Wednesday as well too in a minute. But that moment right there is really what kind of stole the night for me, and it's definitely going to be like the header image for tonight's episode because it really kind of caught me off guard, and I definitely enjoyed that. William Regal is a treasure in professional wrestling, and I feel like he's never truly gotten his thank you. He's never truly gotten his roses. Maybe he'll get that now as a part of AEW. But man, I remember hating William Regal as a kid growing up because I knew he could beat everybody and he was just so grimy with it all the time. And he still kind of has that, even though he has that suave air about him as well too. He also carries that look that he will grind your ass into the mat if you leave him with no choice. Will we see him wrestle again? I don't think so. He's not going to go the route of Sting. I don't really want to see him in that capacity anymore. But man, that dude can talk. He is a hell of a. He will be a hell of a manager for those two. So let's see where that goes for the future. The Adam title match, Adam Page versus Adam Cole. It delivered, and I don't see why so many people have so much negativity to say about Adam Page's title run so far. I think it's been really good. He's had some great matches. I mean, he won the title from Kenny Omega, which was good. He had 2 back-to-back great matches with Bryan Danielson. He had the Lance Archer match blew my mind because I was not expecting that at all. And this match delivered as well too. Even the match with Dante Martin was good on Wednesday. They had to cut that a little bit short. So what hasn't he done? Like the Tyrese video of him crying. What more do you want from him? I think that he is a strong champion. Is he the strongest champion that we've seen in AEW yet? Maybe not. Okay, but that's a high bar, and it's not like he's totally under it. He's doing a good job. I'm liking what I'm seeing from him. I'm going to be 110% honest. It's better than any booking that we've seen for the WWE outside of Roman Reigns. Full stop. So I wish people would kind of get off their high horses when talking about his title run. I think it's been good and it's had some good matches. Adam Cole was the next excellent opponent for him. They really delivered. They sold me a ticket a couple of times too. I thought that Cole was going to sneak away with the belt. He lost. I don't know if they're going back to him. I'm not sure how they go back to him. It looked like they did, or they planning on it coming out of Dynamite this past week. So we'll see what that kind of feeds into. I'm hoping that they do not go, that AEW doesn't begin to go the route of multiple rematches, or that at least they figure out a way to do it in the right fashion. We don't need to see it like we do in WWE. But again, let's kind of see what happens next with those two. But Revolution was an excellent show, and I enjoyed it from start to finish. If you did not watch it, I suggest you go back and catch that show. Now let's talk a little bit about Dynamite, where all the championships were on the line against black opponents. You had the Acclaimed taking on Jurassic Express, Jungle Boy, and Luchasaurus. Dante Martin took on Adam Page, and then Scorpio Sky defeated Sammy Guevara. I see people talking about this as if it's people in such a stupid way, and we just gotta ignore those. We just gotta ignore those people. Like, I've had enough of debating with these clowns on Twitter about what diversity looks like, who's trying, what matters, how we should support this, how shouldn't we support that, what's just placating. Like, I'm tired of it. I'm over it. And if I see that shit, I'm just going to block it and mute it and go about my way. We have to support the black professional wrestlers when they get the opportunity to. And it's not just supporting those in WWE and AEW, supporting those all over the space. The men and women in Impact, the men and women on the independent scene, For the Culture, in Grapple We Trust, all these different events that are going on, featuring people of diverse backgrounds. We got to support them. And it doesn't necessarily mean going to the events. You can buy merch. You can share a video. You can retweet a match announcement. There's so many different ways to so support that. I am no longer playing in that space of arguing with these fools on social media anymore. Like, you're getting blocked, you're getting muted. I'm going about my way. You're not going to tell me I can't celebrate Scorpio Sky becoming the first black male champion in AEW 3 years into the company. You can't tell me I can't celebrate that. So yeah, that shit just needs to stop. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But it was excellent seeing these people get their title opportunities this week. Obviously, Scorpio is the only one who won. He has Wardlow next week. I can see some shenanigans going down to keep that belt on Scorpio Sky, specifically with MJF roaming around in the cut. I don't know what's the point of Wardlow taking an L, though, at this time. And I don't know, has there been anyone who's won one of those casino battle royals or ladder matches or anything like that actually won the title? I don't think so far. So there's that piece as well too, because those things are starting to lose value. Not starting to lose value, but they run the risk of it. So I find it hard to see Wardlow losing on Wednesday. But who knows? Who knows how it's going to go down? Who knows what's going to happen? We can only tune in to really see. But I'm looking forward to that match as well too. Definitely congratulations to Scorpio Sky. While we're talking about that, let's talk about Paige Manzan signing with AEW. I wrote about who she is. I'm familiar with her from covering MMA. She wasn't the greatest MMA fighter. She definitely wasn't the greatest bare knuckle boxer, but she knows how to draw eyeballs. I could definitely say that. Go look at her social media. She knows how to draw attention, and that's why she was brought in to AEW. She's a good-looking face. She knows how to be goofy and shit. She like I said, she knows how to draw attention. So it'd be interesting to see how she's leveraged. I was laughing because her husband was there with her the whole time, Austin Vanderford. He just fought for the Bellator title maybe 2 weeks ago. He got smoked by Gegard Mousasi, but he can't even get a mention on the show. They didn't say his name not once. So yeah, it kind of sucks for him. But he's kind of he leaned into that Mr. Van Zant stereotype as well too. So I mean, it's all fun and games. But seeing her sign, it'll be interesting to see what they do with her. Obviously, her and Tay Conti are heading towards a feud. So let's see what they look like. Maybe they stumble onto something that'll help them kind of continue building that women's division, can continue capturing eyeballs. It was on the front page of MMA Fighting earlier today. They were posting on Instagram about it. So maybe it'll help drive some more eyeballs over to their product. What else happened on Dynamite? We got Jeff Hardy, his debut, and it's hilarious to see people mock how he was dancing down to the ring while Matt and Darby Allin and Sting were getting the shit kicked out of them. I mean, that was just funny to me. It was a great moment. I'm not the biggest Jeff Hardy fan. I'm not going to say he's overrated. I probably have tweeted that before, but I'm not going to say he's overrated. He's just not my guy. A funny story about when I had the opportunity to meet Jeff Hardy. I've met Jeff Hardy like 3 or 4 times because I'm from an area in North Carolina that's really close to where he is. And I've been in the same area as him a couple times, but once was in North Carolina after a WWE show. My girlfriend and I at the time went to go eat, and he was there. And she basically was like, look, I don't care shit. I don't give a shit about this wrestling stuff, but you will get me a picture with Jeff Hardy. And she basically made it clear that I walk over there while he was eating and get a picture with him and my girlfriend. And he did it. No problems, no issues. And it was a great night. But yeah, he's in AEW. Him and Matt are going to get some huge pops. Jeff Hardy's perpetually over. And I keep asking, why is he always so over with everyone? I just don't get it. I just don't understand it. I don't get it. I've never understood it. But that dude can't do any wrong in anyone's eyes. So, I'm happy to see him continuing to perform and just being okay. That's a big part of it as well too. The thing I loved the most about Dynamite this week was William Regal's promo, and because there was 2 reasons, 2 parts to it. The first half, when he was talking to Tony Schiavone, you could see the happiness and the not just happiness, but like relief and almost as if anxiety was rushing out of his body and was finally being relieved from him as he was talking to Shivani and thanking him for helping him almost 30 years ago when he came to the United States. That was a powerful, powerful moment for me, because you just don't see that. I feel like we don't see that enough where it's real like that. So that was the first half of the promo. And then the second half, when he's staring dead into the camera, almost not threatening everybody. Like, he's not doing the Paul Heyman where he's threatening everyone, saying that Brock Lesnar's going to kick their ass. He's imploring people to bring their A game, because if they do not, Danielson and Moxley will steamroll them. And that was huge to me. Like, that was ridiculous seeing that, because it sent the chill in my body. Like, yo, I cannot wait to see these guys curb stomping everybody left and right, becoming tag team champions, and then having an epic fallout where they end up beating the shit out of each other probably in a steel cage or something like that at some point. Can't wait for that. I'm going to actually write a piece probably for tomorrow. That this is the rehash of the two-man power trip, and I can't wait to see it. If you don't remember, two-man power trip is back when Triple H and Stone Cold Steve Austin held all the gold. They held the tag team titles and the Continental title and the World Championship, and they were just beating the brakes off of everybody, including the Hardy Boys. So I think that this Danielson Moxley team is going to be similar to that. And I mean, we got the Mega Powers all over again, the good version of them. So that's it for Dynamite. Let's turn, or AEW. Let's turn our attention over to WWE. We got some stuff to talk about there. So WrestleMania continues to take shape. I'm not going to break down a card here. I'll probably break it down the week before the show. But it doesn't look good, folks. I'm sorry. I don't care who feels like I'm hating or anything like that or bashing WWE. But when Johnny Knoxville, Ronda Rousey, and a segment with Stone Cold and Kevin Owens are your big plays, that doesn't make me excited as a wrestling fan at all. I'm going to be traveling that weekend, so I'm actually glad that I'm not going to be watching it live. I'll probably be watching it in the airport on Sunday. But I am not interested in seeing that product. And that's just the state of what WWE is in right now. Could they turn it around? I don't know. Could it be a great show? Probably. I'm sure that there'll be matches where people fucking kill it. Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns are probably going to kill it. Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch are going to kill it. I'm sure Charlotte and Ronda are going to do well too. Don't care. They haven't invested any in their talent to make this show feel like an important moment. So why should I invest my 2 nights in watching it? No, I'm good. I'll be in Miami, eating good food, eating good drink, looking at excellent women, feet up on the beach, chillaxing. That's what I'll be doing. Yeah, don't cry for me, Argentina. I don't care. Let's see. That's all I wanted to say about that. Stone Cold's promo on Kevin Owens, though, that was dropped on social media this past week, was good. Go back and watch that. Stone Cold can talk, man. Even at 50, I think he's 58 years old, 19 years since his last match. The dude can make you want to see something from him. One last can. I love that catchphrase, that tagline for him confronting Kevin Owens. He's going to give out one last can of ass whooping, which is pretty cool. I do like that. I think it's going to be a fun 2, 3, 4 minutes tops. But again, imagine if they invested that in Ricochet, Finn Balor, or even a real Baron Corbin push. I mean, there's so many different ways that they could get us involved in this or invested in the situation that they're just not trying to. And Stone Cold coming back for a segment with Kevin Owens really doesn't do it for me. I see how it can get a lot of people excited. People were tweeting about it back to me when I mentioned that it's not it for me. But I mean, I get why they are excited. Remember, like I was saying earlier, there's a difference between how the two organizations are employing nostalgia. It's callbacks in one organization, in another, it's let's tout our old guys out there and hope that they still get a pop. Hope that they still get you to buy tickets to sit down in front of the TV to watch. And we're going to do that for as long as we can. So it's not going to work on me this time around, but good on everybody who intends on watching it. WWE 2K22 drops tomorrow. I'm hearing a lot of good things about this game. It just feels like a kind of a make or break moment for WWE wrestling games, especially with AEW's wrestling game coming down the pipe. And they're trying to lean heavily into the No Mercy WWE WCW Revenge style of game that had everybody hooked. In my opinion, Def Jam is the best wrestling game of all time. If you have not played it, go back and play it and then tell me it's not a actual wrestling game. But I'm still on the. I gotta see some scores for 2K22. I listened to Kind of Funny Games. They are an excellent video game but podcasting network. Talk about the game, and they said it was good. They gave it like a 3 out of 5, a 4 out of 5. They had good things to say about it. And that's kind of big to me because they talk about games kind of along the same lines, same ways that I think about them. A lot of the things that they talk about align with my views of the gaming industry. Let's just see what it looks like. I'm probably going to pick it up eventually. Maybe I catch it on the sale or something like that. See what some of my friends are saying. I do have some friends that are definitely kind of making it a point to play the game as well too. So let's see what that looks like. I do wish it the best because I don't like to see people fail. I don't want to see the publishers that put their hard time into making the game struggle. So wishing the best for them as well too. There were a lot of major title changes on WWE television over the last few days. Ricochet became the Intercontinental Champion, defeating Sami Zayn. Finn Balor defeated Damian Priest to become the United States Champion, and Dolph Ziggler defeated Braun Breaker and Tommaso Ciampa in a triple threat to become the NXT Championship. So let's talk about each of those. So Ricochet is supposed to be in a line for a push. He's seen as the number 2 babyface behind Drew McIntyre on SmackDown. Okay. I hope that he's given an opportunity to make that belt the worker's belt that it should be. Nakamura didn't do that. The Sami Zayn, Johnny Knoxville situation doesn't need the Intercontinental Championship around that at all. Let's let Ricochet work. Let's let him get out there and have some great matches with Apollo Crews or he's not on that brand anymore. I don't even know who's on SmackDown anymore, but let him get out there and have some great matches and let Ricochet do what Ricochet does. That man should be super over. And he's basically the closest thing they have to a superhero right now. So just let that man go out there and work, and he can deliver in that space. So I'm looking forward to what he does, and I hope he's given the full breadth of opportunities as the babyface. I know that babyface champion he can be. Finn Balor defeating Damian Priest for the United States Championship. I think that's going to lead to him being the demon at WrestleMania for that match because he's been beat. Damian Priest has beaten him down 2 times since. Okay. So he becomes the demon again, beats Priest at WrestleMania. Then what? I have to see more. Like I want to see them continue to build. Finn's one of my favorite guys. Ricochet is one of my favorite guys. Finn's run back on NXT the second time around showed that he has what it takes to have like a brand built around him. Let that man cook. Hopefully this is an opportunity to kind of see that where we see him doing more and getting a chance to be elevated up the top, up the roster. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to what's next for him. I just hope that we don't see him continue to get beat down by Damian Priest week after week after week after week leading into WrestleMania. They have like 4 more weeks left. So is this what we're going to be seeing? So hopefully that's not the case. The one that intrigues me the most is Dolph Ziggler picking up a victory over Breaker to take that championship. And because there's so many different ways that this can go. Braun can end up on the main roster. I want to see Dolph and Bobby Roode both stay on NXT and they build around that. Somebody's going to take that title off of Dolph Ziggler. I hope it's a Carmelo Hayes and LA Knight, one of those individuals. But having Dolph be the guy that they chase and put on great matches with, I'm all here for it. I've written about this multiple times. Dolph Ziggler is one of the best performers in professional wrestling, period. Full stop. He could be putting on 5, 6, 7, 8, 9-star matches with the likes of Bryan Danielson, Adam Page, Adam Cole, Kenny Omega, Pac, anybody else, and any other organization if he was given that space to do so. He could be doing it in WWE with AJ Styles, Edge, Seth Rollins. He could be doing so many. He could be doing so much. They just don't give him the space to do so. He's an excellent wrestler. He's great on the microphone. What else do you not want from him? I see why people are like, why are they building the young brand around an older guy in Ziggler? They did the same thing with Ciampa. Obviously, they're moving Breakker up to the main roster. I think that he should be on WrestleMania. He should be on that card some way, somehow. But having him on Raw, where I think he fits, would be best for him. I could see him and Brock Lesnar going head-to-head and that being a huge moment. And they get that, and they use Braun to get the title off of Brock. I could see that happening, and I would be okay with that. For NXT, again, like I said, Carmelo Hayes versus Dolph Ziggler, LA Knight versus Dolph Ziggler, Cameron Grimes versus Dolph Ziggler, Solo Sikoa, Walter. There's so many different guys. Roddy Strong. There's so many guys that can work against Dolph Ziggler. I think he can put on great matches, great programs. We've got to let that cook. People are quick to being dismissive about stuff, and I do that with WWE oftentimes. But this is something I want to see play out. Let it play out, and I do have some hope for this kind of working because I'm a big Dolph Ziggler guy. I think that he can deliver whenever he's put in any position to excel. So that's the end of this episode, folks. I want to thank you for taking the time to listen to episode 113 of the Let's Talk Wrestling podcast. My name is Raphael Garcia. You can catch me across social media at rgarcia_sports. MMA Ratings, you can check us out across all of our platforms. Hit us up on social media, MMA Ratings Net, Instagram and Twitter, MMA Ratings on YouTube and across all podcasting networks, and MMA Ratings Net and .com. So go over to our website as well, too. Thank you for everyone taking the time to listen to the show. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll be back next week. Be safe. Have a great weekend. And Black Lives Matter.